Did you guys see he had no pants on? He was on his phone or something, and then he dropped his phone, and then it caught a quick glimpse of the camera. You could see he was wearing a shirt and tie, but then he wasn't wearing pants. So that went pretty viral today. That was hilarious. Can't lie, I do that myself sometimes. I wear my my shorts. I don't wear my underwear, but I wear my shorts when I do the show. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. And if you enjoy my content and want to support my channel, please check out my Patreon. Link in the description down below. Okay, now let's talk about AMC. AMC worth about half its skyrocketing stock price, says retail investor Trey Collins. Key points. Trey Collins, the host of Trey's Trades channel on YouTube, said he believes the fundamental value of the company's shares will be $20 to $25 at the end of 2021. I think most of the retail investors understand that this is not the true fundamental value of AMC, Collins said. The 23-year-old Collins uses social media to document his investments in the stock market and has become the de facto mediator between AMC and its largest shareholder base, who call themselves apes. So yeah, yesterday this guy, Trey Collins, Trey's Trades, did an interview with the AMC CEO, and basically the CEO just said, he pretty much tried to rally the troops, rally the apes, and said he wants to sell more shares and raise more money. I forgot how much more, but he wants to do another offering. Can't really blame him. Pretty funny too. Did you guys see he had no pants on? He was on his phone or something, and then he dropped his phone, and then it caught a quick glimpse of the camera. You could see he was wearing a shirt and tie, but then he wasn't wearing pants. So that went pretty viral today. That was hilarious. Can't lie, I do that myself sometimes. I wear my my shorts. I don't wear my underwear, but I wear my shorts when I do the show. You know, nothing makes sense anymore. Every time he's done an offering, that's like bullish news to the apes. So, you know, he just wants to do another offering, and usually the apes are with it. They're like, hell yeah, raise more money, to the moon. But, you know, by all traditional standards, when you raise money, when you do offerings, the stock is supposed to go down. But, yes, it's true. Most people understand, most apes understand that AMC is not actually worth what it is right now. And GME, you know, everyone pretty much understands this. Will it come back down to 20 or 25 by the end of 2021? Maybe. Nobody knows. I think there's a consensus that everyone agrees it is overvalued. But that's not the point. Even some banks and analysts, they don't even give their ratings on these meme stocks anymore. They just go no rating. It's not trading by fundamentals, and they like declare it a meme stock. Well, they don't really say meme stock, but they say it's not trading by fundamentals anymore, so we're not going to analyze this anymore. Bank of America did that for a few meme stocks. So yeah, anyway, this is some AMC news. Let's take a look at the stock. Finishes down 6.68% today, and I see in the aftermarket it is selling off. Really nothing has changed since yesterday. I'll give my same analysis. It's trading between this sideways channel, this rectangle, between 60 and 38. Very, very wide channel here. So a lot of room for price action, a lot of price movement. So if it goes to the upside, it can hit 60 again. So if it breaks 62.5, it can go back to the all-time high of 72.62. And if it goes to the downside, it can come all the way back down to 38. And if it breaks 38, it can come back down to 32. It's not over yet. It's not over yet, but it seems like the momentum is dying down. RSI is coming back to normal. You know, it was at 95 just a couple days ago. Now it's at 73, so coming back down to earth. On the lower end of overbought and overvalued, but it's still overbought. The volume was 323 million. Still above the average volume. I believe the average is like 100 something million. Over the past few days, the volume has been coming down. So, yes, by the technicals, it does seem like AMC and the general meme trade, the hype is dying down. Might be over. I'm not going to say it is, but, You know, in round one back in January, it only lasted about a week. Here, it's been about a week, and seems like a lot of the hype is gone. So, we'll see what happens. One thing I wanted to show you guys, I found something interesting about AMC today. And I'm actually going to start doing more of this. I'm going to start doing unusual options activity when I see it. So, today, at 12:59, there was unusual options activity. Somebody, probably an institution, made a big trade for all of these calls, these June 4th calls today, $66 and $80 calls. In total, if you do the math, you know, it's $32.50, $32.50, $3,000, $3,000, and we got all the strike prices here, $88, $38. If you do the math, this was a $2.6 million trade. So a huge player here, a big whale, and usually you want to follow the money, or at least you want to investigate what's going on when a player does something like this. A big player makes a big trade like this because they probably know something that we don't know. We don't know if this was a buy or a sell. So how we figure that out is we go over to the chart, and we go on the 1 day, 1 minute chart, and then you look at the timestamp when the trade was made, so 12:59. So if we look at 12:59, if the stock goes up afterwards, that means this was a buy. Now, if it goes down, that means it's a sell. The stock sells off after this. So he sold, or they sold, $2.6 million worth of call options. So if they sold calls, they were betting that this stayed under 66 and 80. And I think there was a few more, actually, because I also saw one for 52. I can't see it right now, but I did see one for 52 earlier. So they're just betting that it's going to stay under these strike prices. So as soon as I saw that, I knew that this stock was not going to break 52 today. Again, when a big player makes a trade like this, they probably know something that we don't know. Inside information, maybe. So the trade was made at 12:59, and immediately afterwards, there is a huge sell-off. Yeah, I knew it wasn't coming back over 52, and my suspicions were confirmed. It just sold off the rest of the day. Yeah, unusual options activity is a very powerful tool. It doesn't give you the whole picture, but through some investigating, you can kind of figure out what's going on. Yes, that's what happened today with the unusual options activity. Some player, some big institution, made $2.6 million in a day just collecting premiums off of calls. And they didn't think it would go above 52. And it didn't. They were correct. You know, for all you guys in the future, it's pretty good play to follow the smart money. So if you see something like this that stands out, that's unusual options activity, you might want to follow the big player into the trade, because again, they probably know stuff that we don't know. So, and they're betting large amounts of money like this, so they must be quite confident. Yeah, I found that pretty interesting. Just wanted to share that with you guys. That was expiring today, but when it comes to other unusual options activity, when you see something like months down the line, if you see a couple $1 million trade for something like way out of the money, a couple months out, you might want to consider looking more into that trade and possibly following that trade. All right, let's move on. Let's do BlackBerry. All right, BlackBerry. Okay, so BlackBerry finishes down 12.72% today. And I see in the aftermarket, this is coming down. It's at 13.50 now, so pulling back. Yeah, yesterday I said the next level of support would be around 14.30, and it seems to have pushed that today. Yeah, it did break it, but not by that much. So, and I predicted this would consolidate between 14.30 and 12, and it seems like maybe that's where we're heading right now. It seems like the cup and handle is forming. Well, the cup already formed. Here's the cup. And now the handle is forming, which would be a pullback down between the $14.30 and the $12 range, and then we're going to see some consolidation, and then after that, like I said, with every meme stock, it's likely due for a breakout after that. Not financial advice, but that's just what I noticed between all the meme stocks. So yeah, if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance is 14.30, then 19.50, Don't know if it's going to break that, but if it does, then its next level of resistance would be 25. And if this continues to go to the downside, this can go to 12, and if it breaks 12, it can go back to, we'll call it 960. But I honestly think that this is going to consolidate between $14.30 and $12 for a while. And by a while, I mean like maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. Because it does seem like meme mania is cooling off. And it's not over yet, but, you know, you just got to hold until the next one, which may be a couple months, maybe 5 months or something like that. But again, it's not over. We'll see what happens. But I honestly do think that 1950 was the high. Yeah, the RSI is at 70, so just barely in the overbought, overvalued territory. The volume is at 171 million, which is by far still more than the average volume. I think is like 30 million, but by far yesterday was the most volume. I think it did over 500 million. So the volume is coming back. It seems like this is coming back down to earth, and by all indications, it seems like it's gonna consolidate for a little bit, and it's gonna be a little while before the next breakout. That's just my opinion, not financial advice. But yeah, this cup and handle looks real good. So for all you apes, if you just hold, it's gonna go parabolic eventually in the next meme mania. That's what I'm predicting. Okay, so that is BlackBerry. Yeah, hodl diamond hands.
With diamond hands, they knew they'd profit if they could only hold.
This was a stock that was trending a lot today. Very, very much talked about. And that is Pershing Square Holdings, ticker PSTH. This is a SPAC, you know, which stands for Special Purpose Acquisition Company. It's a new way to take your company public. You know, the traditional way is IPO. Now SPACs are a lot more popular because it's like a reverse of an IPO, you know, where IPO is like you go public in order to raise money, but a SPAC is you raise money in order to go public. So it's like a blank check company, and then they just acquire a private company and take it public that way. And we've seen that with Virgin Galactic and DraftKings are the two like successful ones. So yeah, Bill Ackman, this guy's a billionaire, very famous investor, very well revered. He is acquiring Universal Music through his SPAC company. So yeah, it says he expects his SPAC deal to close by the end of the month for 10% of Universal Music Group for $4 billion. The company itself, the SPAC, ticker PSTH, Pershing Square, is not new. It's been trading for almost a year now, but it's been a blank check company, meaning it wasn't attached to any specific company. So people were just trading it based on speculation. I guess we can't look into the technicals that much because it's not really related to the fundamentals. But we could just look at today. Yeah, there was a lot of positive, bullish sentiment, you know, saying this is the next big thing. This is a huge deal. And what happens? It sells off 12%. Yeah, I guess not as bullish as everyone thought it would be. And side note, I always say to people, I recommend that you not put your money in a brand new company, you know, whether it's IPO, SPAC, direct offering, because in general, when companies go public, they tend to sell off. You know, usually the people that are first in get left bag holding for a while. Not all the time, but generally speaking. And we see that again here. So I always recommend if you like a company that's going public, just wait a little bit, at least a couple months, see how it trades, and try to get in at a good opportunity, a good price point, entry point. Because you may think that the initial price is a good entry point, and then you realize it's not once it goes down 50% or something like that, 30%. So yeah, right here off the bat, I see a gap down from about 24.50. So that means this is likely to come back up to 24.50 at some point. Can't say when, but the gaps usually do fill. So this is likely to come back up to 24.50 eventually. So if you bought in today, yeah, you're bag holding for now. But if you just hodl, diamond hands, you should be okay. This will come back up eventually. I mean, a lot of volume, but again, that doesn't really say much. So yeah, I really can't comment on this because there's no real data to go off of. But it's not a great start. Not a great start. Yeah, sorry to everyone who bought in today. That kind of sucks. But for those of you who are just sitting on the sidelines, waiting for a good opportunity, I would just say hold off a little bit. Hold off for a couple of months. See if you can get it for cheaper. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where this goes. Personally, I don't really see the hype in Universal Music. I mean, I'm not like big into music like that in general, but I think, I mean, it seems like a decent company, but seems like there's a lot of other better plays out there. But hey, that's just my opinion, not financial advice. Someone in the comments will probably bash me. You don't know what you're talking about. This is a great company. Okay, Microvision. So this was trending earlier because at one point this was like up 20 something percent, like 25 or 27, something like that. And it came back down to earth, finishes at 12.38% up today. Still very, very nice. So congratulations to everyone who is holding Microvision. So, I mean, I talked about Microvision like 2 months ago when this first came out, the Microvision Mania. I said sell, and I got bashed, and then it comes crashing down. So, turned out I was right the first time. But anyway, I already knew this was coming back down because there's clearly a head and shoulders right here. Well, first of all, a head and shoulders is similar to a triple top, but the middle top is higher than the other two tops, hence the head and shoulders, or as I like to call it, the cock and balls. Same thing. Here's one shoulder or ball, and it comes back down, and here's the head at the peak of 28, and then comes back down, and we see another shoulder today. Didn't quite hit the $24 resistance level, but close enough. So I already knew, as it was pushing this, I knew it was coming back down. So that's what it did. It came back down to 20.25 today, and I predict it's going to keep selling off for the next few trading sessions. I'm not going to say how low it's going to go, but clearly a head and shoulders here. So, I knew this was coming back down. So the RSI is at 64, so kind of approaching overbought territory. I really don't know why this spiked up today. Yeah, I mean, there's no specific news about why this popped off today. But I guess it was just a lot of shorts getting caught with their hand in the cookie jar, and they had to cover a lot today. But no specific company news to justify this run. And Microvision is a meme stock, fundamentals don't align with the stock price. It's all based on speculation. All the Microvision apes, all the bulls, they think that it's going to get acquired by a tech company. I mean, maybe they will, but I wouldn't personally put my money in something just on pure speculation. Anyway, I'm not going to talk crap about Microvision. But, yeah, interesting stuff today. I mean, it's recovering very nicely from when it fell off the first time. I think it went all the way back to 14. Less than that. Went all the way back to, like, 12 almost. And it recovered relatively quickly. All the way back up to 20. But, in every cycle of a pump, new bag holders are born. So the old bag holders are off the hook. They're good now. They're no longer holding the bags. But now we got new bag holders. So I think in the short term, this is going to sell off. I'm bearish on Microvision in the short term, meaning next couple of trading sessions, maybe next couple of weeks. But with every other meme stock, I believe this is going to go back up eventually, and eventually break the all-time high of 28 bucks. Yeah, you just gotta know when to sell these things. Anyway, that is Microvision. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. And if you enjoy my content and want to support my channel, please check out my Patreon. Link in the description down below. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Peace out.